Welcome to another episode of the Parking Network's exclusive In the Spotlight series. Today we're excited to bring you an insightful conversation with Adam Bitter, the Managing Director of Q-Park UK. In this first part of our two-part interview, Adam shares his extensive experience and sheds light on Q-Park's innovative approach to parking solutions. From the history of Q-Park to the key qualities that define their services, you'll get an in-depth look at the operations and vision of one of the leading companies in the industry. Stay tuned. Adam, thank you for joining me today. Could you please provide a brief introduction of yourself and an overview of Q-Park for our audience?
Hi Manoj, many thanks for asking me to join you today. Yes, of course. So my name's Adam Bitter. I'm Managing Director for Q-Park in the UK and in Ireland. Been with the business 17 plus years now. Q-Park is we're based in Maastricht in the Netherlands. We operate out of 7 countries in northwest Europe. The focus traditionally has been more on off-street parking solutions, albeit we do, in terms of the growth we've had in recent years, some of that has moved to other on-street offerings in the likes of Amsterdam, Dublin, etc. We are based in over 300 countries across 300 countries. 300 cities across the North and West Europe, across those countries, and kind of in excess of kind of 700,000 spaces. And the focus really is very much trying to provide a quality service. Q-Park when it was founded just over 25 years ago, Q stands for quality, and the idea is to provide quality solutions originally through parking and more in terms of other mobility solutions.
With Q-Park's history in the industry, could you elaborate on the key qualities and focus areas that define your approach to providing good parking solutions?
Sure, yeah. So we have Q-Park has its own house style, as we call it, in terms of its brand and its logo. We try and have a similar experience in the car parks in terms of the entrance to the car parks, in terms of the parking equipment, the brand walls that we have. Not in every number of car parks we have our own branding style, traditionally kind of the black pads on the grey background, with white and red supplement that. And very much that's also moved in from the IT perspective. So we have, for example, we developed our own pass system, parking as a smart service, so that the brand, which traditionally, like a lot of brands, was more focused on the colours, the style, and the physical branding, if you like, has more and more gone into quality from a IT perspective as well. I say whether that be a pre-booking, contract sales, customers perspective, or whether that be in other mobility services as well, such as EV, electrical vehicle rollout, which we've rolled across the estate in Europe.
Now, from your extensive experience in the industry, what trends do you see shaping the future of parking and mobility solutions? Where do you think the industry is headed right now?
Yeah, it's a good question, Manager. So the industry, say, I've been kind of with it 17 years, and I think traditionally it was seen more as parking. It was very much either off-street parking or an enforcement company, which would be, and traditionally the off-street would be more barriered, and if it was enforcement, that would be non-barriered, either on street or surface parking, for example, parking around other leisure facilities, whether it be a cinema, for recreation such as a pub or restaurant, or whether it be for other functions, cinema, etc. Retail parks, and I think it's changed over time. Certainly one thing I've been very keen myself is to look at the facilities more as what they can provide as part of an integrated solution for a city, a town. The Q-Park's philosophy has always been around providing a number of options for customers around the city centre. So ideally we would have a number of car parks located on the edge of a city centre. Therefore it means that whoever someone's coming in, whichever angle they're coming in, or where they're going to in their final destination, whether it be the retail, leisure, theatre, etc., they would then go to a Q-Park, and what that would do is reduce down the search traffic. And I think the obvious for me expansion of that was more from a mobility hub perspective, which we've developed across a number of car parks in the UK, Ireland, and indeed across Europe. So that would maybe it might be offering car hire, EV, other services. It might be working with other partners such as BMW, who we work with, or other motor manufacturers, and therefore that means that customers can use those mobility hubs for a variety of reasons. I think technology, which I touched on, has also become increasingly important. Pre-booking, which traditionally was not used in city centre car parks, it would be used in airport car parks, which we also operate in Heathrow and Gatwick, but traditionally wouldn't. That's more and more a service that the customers do want to know. They want certainty when they go into a particular location, and again, it's about that experience being more seamless, in the same way that people don't necessarily want to pay cash and put money in machines. I was down in Bournemouth this week as part of the acquisition we did recently. Customer came up and was asking, "Oh, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that?" Because it wasn't in that facility, it wasn't particularly clear to them what to do. So it's what we hope is that customers will register with Q Park either on the app or however they want to do it, and that they know therefore they can drive in and out of facilities seamlessly, and it's something less to worry about as they ultimately go to reach their end of destination. And I think the other area is that we're seeing this potentially as the off-street and the on-street enforcement, different facilities, other uses, also coming close together, and that's very much been behind the acquisitions that we did in Ireland with Tasbel Parkrite last year, and we did with Britannia this year.
It does indeed feel like the industry has and still is going through quite the transition. You mentioned factors like mobility hubs and seamless customer experiences. How crucial would you say are partnerships and collaborations within the industry to achieve these goals?
Yeah, I mean, I think across industry, I've always been a big believer in working with the other parking companies. I always think there's no point. I used to work in the water industry many years ago when it was better perceived than it is now, and I think probably one of the problems it's had in more recent years in that industry is it's kind of working against each other and working against government, for example, rather than with. I think it's really important. The BPA the British Parking Association, do a really, really good job. I think it's very important that we work together and share experiences within the industry. I try and meet up with other leaders within the industry. I'm having dinner with the MDs at NCP and APCO in a couple of weeks' time, for example. And I think that's important that we work together, as opposed to work against each other. And you want to be the best in a well-perceived industry, not the best in the best water company at the moment wouldn't necessarily be particularly well perceived. So I think it's important that, same with other partners, as I say, we talk about various partners, car hire companies. I won't name all of them in case I forget one of our partners, BMW, who we work with, say at Park Lane, hotels. Ultimately, it's the hotels, supermarkets who we now work with as part of Britannia, such as Waitrose. Green King, who we work with from a retail perspective, and pubs. So there is an element of, similarly for their customers, they want that to be seamless, they want it to be a good service, but they also want that available asset. So they want that asset, their car parking spaces in terms of asset, to be available for their customers as opposed to not being available. So working together with partners, I think, will make sure that the customer can reach their end destination seamlessly, but also that property owners can also maximise the value of their asset, and things like technology, pre-book, etc. only help that.
That concludes the first part of our interview with Adam Bitter from Q Park UK. We hope you found the insights shared by Adam to be both informative and inspiring. Be sure to join us for the second part, where we delve deeper into the future of parking and mobility solutions and explore Q Park's recent strategic acquisitions. Don't miss it.